I love it. Actually, I'm really happy because I have a long-standing relationship with Carvin for many, many years. I can't remember how many, actually. It's been decades. And I've always been a huge fan of headless guitars. And like if I play a regular guitar like a Strat, first of all, the thing about a Strat that I don't like is this is a full-scale size guitar. It's 25.5-inch scale. And the Strat is 25.5-inch scale, but the fingerboard's so round, and I pull the strings off the edge of the fingerboard all the time. I just don't like it. And the other thing is, it's got all this stuff that you don't need. You know, it's just like, so when I play a Strat, it feels like a rubber band. When I play, I don't know if I can do this. If anybody's got a Stratocaster and you go like, you pull the head, it'll go. Doesn't happen. It's the stablest most, and it balances perfectly. And one of the things that I noticed, because I was an SG player for many, many years, was I realized that as I played violin for a little bit too, was that I was actually holding the guitar up as part of my playing was actually holding the guitar. So now I can just play it. I don't have to push it down, I don't have to hold it. It just stays wherever I put it. Because it's perfectly balanced. I change equipment all the time, you know, and that's the beauty. You're just looking for something better, you know. Here we are. The thing about the headless guitar for me is it has nothing to do with how it looks. In fact, that's one of the reasons most people don't like them, is because of the way they look. You know, they want to have a big guitar that looks like kind of hairy and everything. So people look at the guitar and they go, oh, it's little, but it's not little at all. There's a lot of advantages with a headless guitar. You don't have to deal with the, I can change a whole set of strings. Not that that's of major importance, but it's one thing, probably in less time than a guy with a Strat can change his high E. And plus, I think they sound really great. I think they have a really focused kind of sound. I tried to make the shape kind of not look too crazy, so that anybody who'd never really tried a headless guitar before could say, oh, that looks not too weird. Let me try one. And I've kind of been surprised by how many guys who maybe wouldn't have been into a headless guitar that try one, and then they go, oh yeah, it's pretty good. I think once you get used to playing a headless guitar, it's really hard to go back. Well, I liked the shape of the original kind of Fat Boy, so we kept that and then made it smaller, obviously, because it would look stupid like the headless guitar with a giant body, you know, so it was just a kind of scaled down version of that. This guitar is chambered, so it's kind of hollow most all of the way, although this pickup sits in a solid piece of wood, so it's less likely to feedback than one guitar that was hollow like the previous version. Although the front pickup or the neck pickup, however you want to refer to it, is actually sitting in a chambered part, which is great because usually most people use the front pickup more for like chords and, you know, just like playing like cleaner lines. And then the treble pickup, I guess a lot of guys will use that more for distortion. So it feels like it's more dynamic than the original one, and they're just snappier or it's quicker or something. There's just something about them that it was hard for me to get used to going back. In fact, I couldn't. In the end, I tried to go back to a guitar with a headstock, but I couldn't make it. And it's beautiful, it's really beautiful. I mean, I have a couple of custom-made guitars, and some of them cost thousands and thousands of dollars, just like most other guys. Might have a couple of, more odd exotic guitars or whatever, but I've been playing this guitar since I got the first prototype. I didn't take anything else on the road. I took this one and one other one, they're identical, except for the wood. One of them had a tiger stripe. But the guitar itself is the same. Well, I think with Carvin, they've always, especially over the last few years, maybe they've kind of aligned themselves with some really great players, some really great musicians, like Frank and Steve, and so I mean, all those guys, they have their own, they have their input, and they listen. Carvin listen to what they have to, what they're talking about, and I think that's another thing that pushes it along, because sometimes to try and drive something without a musician, or it's like they've got participation with the musician, which some companies don't have that at all. They're just kind of flying in the dark, But I think Carvin has got a lot of good people working with them that can sort of say, oh, well, I think this might be better than that, or this might be better than that, and they listen. And I think that's why the stuff is so good. They've always had like great playability. I even remember when I bought an acoustic guitar for my daughter one year, a long time ago. And I just remember she had something else, and it was like, and it was a famous make, it was the name, but it was like, I couldn't play it. It was just, and then the Carvin guitar was like, it was beautiful right out of the box. It was just like, it wasn't a very expensive guitar, and it sounded really good, and it played beautifully. It was really, because sometimes I think, especially for young kids when they first start playing the guitar, you don't want to make it any harder for them. It's hard enough. You don't want to give them a guitar where you could stick a phone book between the E string and the first fret, like in the old days. A lot of guitars I played before, it's like, man, the E string's like here somewhere. It's like, oh. So, no, things have come a long way, and I think Carvin guitars out of the gate. Every one of I don't think I've played one that wasn't easy to play right out of the box. It works perfectly for me. I love it. It's absolutely great.